Huh. So where does one look for a wayward Mautellus?
It'd have to be a place suitable as a vessel for one of the 5 lords. A clean and pure shrine, or a vast natural landscape with no malevolence.
Then a shrine of trials certainly sounds plausible.
The shepherd disappeared for months. Turned out, he was on the lam.
Poor Lila. We probably drive her up the wall.
I'm sorry.
Seriously, it's okay.
We've basically figured out the terms of your oath anyway.
Time to sing the Rat Pig song. Rat pig, with ears so sweet.
Oh, you mean when we talk about Mautellus?
Rat pig, such tasty meat.
Leave her alone. This is wrong in so many ways.
We're not accusing you of hiding anything. Honest.
That's right. And I can use the flames of purification thanks to you.
We'll find out for ourselves anything we truly wish to know.
Thank you for understanding.
Pathetic. You'd let anyone pull the wool, wouldn't you, Shepherd?
You took the oath too, Dezel?
Why would... Oh, damn it.
Dezel, you're quite knowledgeable about Hellions. So are Lila and Edna.
Of course. They're my targets. You have to know your enemy.
Well, yeah, but sometimes I run into some that psychologically I just can't stand.
Then you must become more knowledgeable about them. It's easier to deal with if you just treat them as data stored in your brain.
Does it really work that way? You do have a point, though. I'll try to take things in a more positive light.
I can't protect you forever.
The shepherd's training and the hunt for Mautellus. 2 birds with 1 stone.
More like 1 trillion birds. We get to explore the ruins of the 5 lords.
Ruins, ruins, ruins. You're obsessed.
Hey, you gotta enjoy things like this while you can.
Even if you might die?
Well, I mean, it's an adventure.
I'll say.
I'm not as wild about it as you two, but I'll be there.
I'm with you too, no matter where this takes us.
Hey, Dezel. There's something I wanted to ask you about.
My eyes, huh? I wasn't trying to hide it from you or anything.
Was it this archenemy of yours that did this?
Yeah. She's the reason I lost my sight.
And so that's why you're after revenge.
It's just like I told you. I'm out for vengeance against the one who killed my friend and crushed the Wind Riders.
So it's not about you?
I'm actually grateful for this wound of mine. My ability to read the wind has only grown stronger since then. I can sense a larger range of presence than you all can.
Most likely, it produces the same effect as the oath.
In other words, I don't need your sympathy or concern. Just use me as you will. Like that one time with Fortin.
But in exchange, you'll use us as you will. Is that right?
Pretty sure I told you that right from the start.
Yeah. You're right.
Dezel, can I ask you something?
Yeah, what?
Do you have any friends?
That's a pretty nasty question.
Sorry, I didn't mean it like that.
I know. I have a close friend. Lafarga. A wind spirit. He has a very caring personality. When we traveled together, he was like a concerned older brother, looking after his younger siblings.
Just what you'd expect from a Seraph of the Wind.
He was probably worried most about me. I was a brash young gun then.
I see. Well, I'm glad to hear that.
Glad to hear what?
Just to learn that you aren't alone. I was worried about you, you know.
Save it for someone who needs it.
Well, if you say so.
That's why I'm gonna get my revenge. For his sake.
Saray, you're not going to sleep yet?
Yeah, I want to take a look around the city.
It's so quiet that I can feel the gravity of this city's history. Fitting for an ancient capital born from the height of the era of Asgard.
It's kind of dawning on me. The things we read about in books actually exist.
What a poem this would make if we were travelers of old.
A poem? Ah, Pendrago, where the evening lights are blinding sights.
Come on.
Okay, it wasn't great, but I gotta start somewhere, right? What the?
What was that?
Quit it, Mikleo.
It wasn't me.
Let's check outside.
Morgrim sure is the cat's I mean, quite a person.
Yeah, even though she looks so fat, I mean proportionate.
Malevolence, prayer, enshrinement, giving the blessing.
We Seraphim ought to reconsider how we interact with humans, like Morgrim has.
We humans should do the same for Seraphim. I think making that effort is the first step for peaceful coexistence, both for the Seraphim and humans.
But even Morgrim became a Hellion. Reality is cruel.
Yeah, so are you.
Let's not get too idealistic just yet, though, huh?
Right. There was so much malevolence in Pendrago that even Morgrim couldn't handle it by herself. We can't ignore that fact.
Maybe there's a reason why. A reason that might have something to do with the overflowing malevolence.
You may be right.
We shouldn't leave it all to Morgrim, and be sure to check up on her once in a while.
Yeah. What was that all about?
They've started interfering, I suppose. Heldolf's followers are causing mischief in human society.
To create malevolence?
Sounds connected to what we saw earlier.
Right. He was taking advantage of wars to produce Hellions.
So he's trying to start another war.
But this is a record of the past. That war is probably well underway.
He's deceiving everyone.
Not quite. I'm sure there are those who have joined hands with him of their own free will.
How could they?
Unfortunately, we can't rule out the possibility.
We restored the village's blessing, but Slenge is dying.
It's gotta be due to the toxins produced from processing the Vermilion ore.
Most likely. And he must have known that from the start.
He probably wanted this kind of punishment.
Because he committed a crime, huh? If that's all true, then there's no need for the Scattered Bones to get involved.
This must be the answer he arrived at. It may sound harsh, and anything more we can do about this situation.
Still, it gets me royally ticked off at the church. And what seraph would tolerate their worship?
If that Malfour guy came up with all this, I hand it to him. Pretty good for someone who acts like a quirky bit part in a play.
But he wasn't emitting any malevolence at all. What sort of person is he exactly?
It's got me wondering, too. I think I'll have the Scattered Bones look into him.
So Maltran's fellow knights turned into Hellions and attacked her. Were they jealous of her fame and exploits?
People tend to resent those who excel, even if they may be allies.
That's even how military officers lose their lives on the battlefield sometimes.
That's just brutal.
But Maltran is alive, right?
I wonder what did happen. He beat the dragon in one hit!
And a fully materialized one at that.
What tremendous power!
You saw that mass of malevolence at his back. The Hellion possessing him is far beyond anything we fought.
Yeah, I'll definitely need to get stronger.
That's your reaction? I don't know whether to be worried or relieved.
Are you really going to take on his request?
Yeah, I mean, I kinda already did.
Huh.
Are you sure this is okay? I hate to sound harsh, but those children were accomplices in a crime.
Yeah, meaning in this case, the mercenaries punished the group of thieves who caused them all this trouble. But, I mean, those kids were just trying to survive. They knew they were doing a bad thing, and they were trying to break free of that vicious cycle. Someone took advantage of that and murdered them. What those kids did was wrong, but even so, the one who betrayed them was just as wrong.
Maybe, but
Sorry. I don't know the right answer to this.
I'm not blaming you. I'm sorry if I made you feel that way. It's not like it's just their problem.
Huh?
Just don't worry about it. Seriously, I'll totally do the detective work. If it's a Hellion thing, it's all you.
All right.
let's find out who's behind it all first.
You got it. Oh yeah, almost forgot. I should ask Agil to look after these kids.
Iris gems really are beautiful.
Too beautiful, more like it. That's why most people think they're just glass, or some other kind of decoration.
I see. What are they actually made of?
It's not a natural mineral.
They were most likely crafted through the use of multiple seraphic arts. Even so, it's practically unbelievable that there's something inside that lets you see the past.
I wish you could watch anything from the past that you wanted. I'd watch 1,000 years of history.
Better hope you'd live 1,000 years then, because that's how long it'd take.
Oh, right.
That would be hard even for a seraph.
Both Iris gems and ruins are just fragments of the past. What's important is what you get out of them. Because history is the architect of our hearts.
Whoa, Miclio! That was a sweet quote.
You think so? I'm planning to put it in the book I write one day.
Well, aren't you full of surprises?
I mean, don't you think it'd be a waste not to pass on our tale to future generations?
I would love to read your book, Miclio.
I'll give you a copy. Signed even.
Darn. I gotta come up with my own quote and signature. Was that a marriage ceremony? And there were a whole bunch of shepherds there too.
It looked like it took place at the Shrine Church in Pendrago. And that was Maltelis's crest.
Was his Prime Lord Maltelis?
Please excuse me for a moment.
Uh-oh, she took off. Almost like you were picking on her.
We didn't mean for her to leave.
I know.
Well, judging from circumstantial evidence, I'd say there's a major chance that Maltelis is mixed up in this somehow.
Yeah. For the many shepherds to exist at once, you'd need a power on par with the 5 lords.
Yeah. But let's leave the speculation at that for now.
So long as we're gabbing about it, Lila's stuck in there.
Oops. Sorry, I forgot.
Well, we've met our first goal.
Well, it would have been nice if we could have investigated before the place got ransacked. But it looks like it happened a long time ago.
There's actually something I've noticed about that. Don't you think that the stones and decorations looted from here may have been used in Pendrago's architecture?
It's possible, given the location and the era.
Right. And if we can find out where they've been used, we might be able to find the hidden history of Pendrago.
If we compare with Lady Lake, which utilized the Vivia subterranean aqueduct, we might find what people in that era were thinking.
Sounds awesome! Good thinking, Miclio.
And that's not all. If we build upon our current hypothesis...
Hang on. I don't get what's so awesome about this.
But they're so enthused.
Friggin' weirdos.
Guess I'm the clown again.
No, that was a smile of praise. To the true king of the...
Viva the Ruin Geek Shepherd.
What kind of shepherd is that?
I don't think I've ever heard of it.
Then that makes Saray the first.
No objections?
I guess.
Oh, gorgeous! I wonder what kind of flower this is.
Huh, so even you can get excited by this sort of thing.
I'm a girl, and I happen to think that red flowers are badass. Ain't nothing wrong with that.
An orchid, do you think?
Correct. This particular variant is called an Edna.
The same name as you!
It's not just the name. Ednae have low tolerance for heat and flourish best in breezy, shady areas. Those who raise them must take care not to give them too much water. Doesn't the daintiness and loveliness remind you of me?
So in other words,
What are you doing?
it's odd. It doesn't look all thorny and poisonous.
I'll show you, Thorny.
Ow! Cripes, Edna, you broke the skin!
Little Meebo needs to learn some manners.
I should have figured you'd be an expert on the Edna flower.
It was something he told me once. My brother.
Oh, I see.
I'm sorry. I should have been more sensitive.
No, it's fine.
Hey, Saray, do you know what this butterfly's called?
I've never seen one like this.
This calls for... Hey, Dezel!
What?
Do you know what kind of butterfly this is?
I'm not your personal encyclopedia.
Don't be like that. Professor Dezel, please?
Do I look like a professor?
What's got you so butterfly crazy all of a sudden?
Don't you know? Collectors pay primo cash for these suckers. They stick them up on their walls with pins or something.
With pins?
Well, we may never know what you are, little dude, but I ought to bag you just in case.
Wait! I just realized. It's a Chez Monu rose. Looks like a butterfly, but it's just a moth.
Aw, moth. No one's gonna pay for that.
Darn, too bad.
Chez Monuros? Oh!
Shush.
Got it. Moth.
Boom! Done and done!
You made it.
Yep. Were you worried?
Not especially.
Ouch! Come on, you could have worried about me a little bit.
I just estimated your power and weighed it against that of your enemies. And I was right.
Huh. Want to see if your estimates were really correct?
Whoa! I don't think that's necessary.
Probably not. Sorry, I'm still in kill everything mode. I'll switch it off.
You really are impenetrable sometimes.
Hey, quit laughing! Although, you're always such a frowny Freddy. Maybe it's okay once in a while.
Make up your mind.
Huh? How on
How
earth?
big rocks can get.
No, it's not that.
Okay, sheesh. Crazy how big boulders get. That better?
I think Soray's more hung up on how the crazy big rock got into these ruins.
Yeah, it clearly dwarfs the entranceway, and that doesn't even address the issue of why it was even placed here.
Maybe even hundreds of years ago. There were still folks like you who got a kick out of weird objects.
Well, who says they hauled it in here? Maybe the ruins were built around the rock and not vice versa.
That's it! This has to be a shrine to the rock itself!
It's possible this rock was even a vessel.
You can't fathom the true meaning of legends until you've seen their history with your own eyes.
Oh, hey, like what you and Maven were talking about.
Yeah, but now I understand. It's not enough just to use your eyes. Thanks, Rose.
Thanks for...
When conventional thinking is hitting a wall, sometimes it takes people whose brains are wild and untamed. People like you.
Pretty sure my brain's standard issue?
She has no idea.